Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow ye winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.
Start to my set, and I'll stop talking, and then I'll change gears and I'll sing an actual full song. But I'm just going to sing a little something here that I'm just kind of working on. Visible to me there is a strand that can't be broken, echoed in your birth, in the whale song in the ocean. You are my brother's brother. There is no other blood. Strand that can't be broken, washed out in the flood. Invisible to me there is a strand that can't be broken. It is echoed in my birth, in the whale song in the ocean. You are my brother's brother. There is no other blood. A strand that can't be broken or washed out in the flood. When we trust each other, thank you, sisters and brothers. I am my father's father. We all belong. We all belong. We all belong. Thank you. That'll be a song someday. A little bit of a feeling right now. I'm going to tune down real quick, then we'll just get cranking. This song is called Shelikoff. A lot of the fishing I did was along the Shelikoff and between the mainland and Kodiak. It's a strait. It's where all your weather, all your fish, and kind of everything relies on what's going on with the Shelikoff. The Cape Kuliak was very close to where I was living on this bear refuge, Prominent Mound. And I would sit on these steps and watch these clouds form on the Cape and then dissipate, and reflect on why I was there, how young I was, how much I had to learn, what I had already lost in my life. And it was a beautiful, beautiful moment for me to sit there and meditate on those clouds and realize that I had to be there in that moment, and I had to be attentive to capture that. And it was beautiful, so I wrote this song about that. And there was these elk on this island, and the fog would hold all the island in except for the first 20 or 30 feet, and you'd see these elk at sunrise, and it was one of the only things you'd really see moving, but beyond the boat that you were on, and it was really meaningful to me just to kind of connect with those elk, look to see if they were there when we were fishing back and forth, back and forth. Shellicoe, when you came calling, I was nowhere near, wandering with fate beside me, hoping it was clear. And from my home in Oregon, meadowlark and fir, drawn upon this ancient ocean, praying I'd endure, praying I'd endure. And I watched the elk come down, defeated lie. All that's exposed is taken by the tide, the highs and lows, loving in my life. I want to be with you. And when the black and pre-dawn collide, flash of gold and green, framed against this restless vessel, is haunting as a dream. When I can hear the sirens calling over wind and weir, hold a steady course, my captain. The rocks are surely near. Oh, the rocks are surely near. And I watch the elk come down, defeated lie. All that's exposed is taken by the tide, the highs and lows of loving in my life. You look at me with no disguise. And there's a perfect curve about the albatross's wing, framed against this forming ocean. The good luck it may bring, oh, the good luck it may bring. And I watch the elk come down, defeated lie. All that's exposed is taken by the tide, the highs and lows of loving in my life. I look at you with lover's eyes. I look at you with lover's eyes. Lover's eyes. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Man, what an awesome night. I've got my partner, I got my daughter, I got my sister, got other family out there. I love you all. So I read this book a few years ago called In the Heart of the Sea. Nathaniel Philbrick, they kind of made a cheesy movie about it, which bummed me out, but I wrote a song, and I said this song should be the song for the movie, not some other song, but they didn't think that, so it never made it. I'm still work, normal job. Anyways, I read this book, and I was just captured by the intensity of this whale fishery out of Nantucket, the 1800s. And one of the perspectives is from a boy, a teenager, and they would leave and come back years later, and their fathers, they would follow their fathers and their grandfathers in the footsteps of whalers, leaving for years, some of them never coming back, some of them leaving boys and coming back hardened men. And the descriptions of what it was like to survive on a whale ship, period, just to survive, are just humbling and incredible. But this story is kind of where Moby Dick came from. It's a true story. These guys went out in Nantucket, went further and further and further as they were depleting the sperm whale pods, and they ended up getting rammed by a very large, pissed off sperm whale. Rightfully so, and their story, most of them starved to death, and they spent a long time at sea, but they were rescued, some of them, and that's where Moby Dick came from, some of the excerpts of this. But anyways, it just really moved me, so this is from a 14-year-old's perspective, what it's like as a whaler. Thank you. I am 14 years old, an islander like my father, like his father before. I am scared, no one knows but me. No matter what they tell me, I am still just a boy. On this whale ship I'm deployed. I spent time in the belly of an old sperm whale, and he crushed our ship with a swap of his tail. 93 days at sea in a skiff, that which I remember I wish I would forget. Forget. Oh, I remember smells of boy telling me we'd left the boy on shore. Mother no more, I can't write. Oh, she prayed for me just like she prayed for father every night, every night. Destiny from which I cannot hide. I'm a whale man with no blood hands. I cannot say it hasn't stained my life. Here we go, riding the great waves so easily. My Savior just as easily can take my life and be my grave. I spent time in the belly of an old sperm whale, and he crushed our ship with a swipe of his tail. 93 days in a skiff at sea, that which I remember I keep to me. To me. To me. Oh, I remember smells of both, telling me we left the boy on shore. Mother, no more. I can't write. Oh, she prayed for me just like she prayed for father every night. Every night. I am 14 years old, an islander like my father, like his father before and before. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Joel Miller. Yeah, the water runs deep. Next up, we got Cary Jones, who started fishing out of Petersburg a long time ago, and right out of high school practically, and been fishing, where'd you say, up at King Cove, right?
King Cove.
Yeah, ever since. He's been just a little while at doing this, and fishing with a lifelong buddy, and Pete Schomburg. Yeah, on the Equinox. And so here we are. The man with the most innovative instrument award. All right, Cary Jones.
Good evening. Oh, man. Shouldn't be nervous, but you know how it is. We are so glad to be back. Yes, we are. So glad to be here, aren't we all? Hey, you in the back. Hey, you guys. Look up here. See these people waving their arms? If there's a chair next to you, come on up. I was trying to do all that while he was talking, but I guess I get to be here. I should ask you for a hand on this.
Let me give you a hand. Give him a hand, right? Yeah.
Half a hand.
Yeah. I retreated too soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You can write down on that.
I don't know where all to start, but yeah, I started a long time ago with my friend Pete that I've known since I was 11. Family, friends, used to be there a lot. Did all this stuff high school and after, and then went fishing, and then I ended up fishing with Pete. So cool. Give me that white PVC, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Small part.
You got it.
Okay. So the captain's daughter fished on board with us for 10 years until she got smart and got off with another job. And she got pretty good. It wasn't that way at the beginning, but after a decade, she got pretty all right. So I did this as for her going away dinner we had on the deck, right at the end of the season after she had quit. Not sure where I want everything yet. And yeah, I embellished it a little bit, but that's okay. Ode to Cat. The ring fell straight from the power block, cracked her right in the head. Anyone of less stature would have most likely been dead. Didn't seem to faze her, though there was a tear. That gal stood strong on deck and never let go of the gear. And when the net is torn asunder, she sees which way is right, and her needle really flies through the meshes so we won't be up all night. Not afraid to climb the rigging, tools gripped in her teeth, like a pirate with his eye on your throat. She'll take care of it nice and neat. Once we learned she kickboxed, we never gave her a hard time. And we knew if she left the boat, alone, we knew she'd be just fine. Some drunk horn dog steps over the line, he'd be wise to just take flight. Because if he lays a hand on her, she'll take out his lights. When it comes time for dinner, we knew we were in for a treat. Thanks to her training in culinary school, it was more than just potatoes and meat. No, she doesn't need a job on your boat. You can't hire her away. She's home here on our boat. On our boat, she's going to stay. Okay, let's go find a whale. So, I don't know how many of you know or don't know that purse seining is a long net stretched out, the power block, or the power skiff taking one end and the boat taking the other till there's this big arc and fish and net hanging down. The fish come along and hit it, and they come over here and they start swimming around in a circle. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And then when it's time to close up, the captain says close up, and the skiff comes away from the beach, and now we've got this cylinder hanging in the water. Usually we'd purse it up, and then the power block hauls the net and dumps it on deck. See if I can do this. It's called I Never Heard the Whale's Song. I never heard the whale's song as we set out the gear, just the rattling sound of diesel from the skiff's John Deere. Didn't see the whale in the time before we set, but there he took a breath and was now headed for our net. Didn't feel it hit the net. Didn't see the corks go down, so I was hoping that whale had gone around. Been long enough. Close up, Cap said. It must have passed us by. And as soon as we did, that whale rose up and gave us the old stink eye. He rose up real slow. Till his eye was above the drink. He glared at us for a long while. Plainly, we were the ones that stink. We opened up a space between both ends. I was towing the boat away to make that whale my friend. The crew reefed on the net. Power blocks spun like mad. Captain wanted no regrets, 'cause mending would be bad. There was a fear that he may charge and spoil everybody's day. But that cool old guy stood by while we hauled to get out of his way. A young punk whale might have powered through. Most likely, a sure bet. But this old guy, he was cool. We didn't have to fret. It's good to work with experience. This whale was really old school. And everybody knows the best way is to play by the golden rule. Never saw that whale again after him giving us the eye. Kind of hoped he'd flip his tail so I could wave goodbye. Two thoughts crossed my mind. I'm glad it didn't go wrong. And I wondered, what was he saying? I never heard the whale's song. Thank you. Well, everybody that's been on, working with any crew, you kind of know how this is. The ups and the downs and the ups. Sometimes we fall down, we smash into things and hang on, barely. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it's cold and it seems you can't get enough clothes on. Sometimes the blowing rain and ice really hurt. Sometimes it's a challenge to make the body work right. Getting up in the morning, hands like clubs, numb, unfeeling. Sometimes the Charlie horse in your leg gets you up and you pace the galley, so ready for it to stop. Sometimes it's trying your patience to work on deck with those you have to work with. Sometimes you're pressed to keep your cool because the greenhorn doesn't think they have to do their job. Sometimes they just don't get it. Sometimes you work well together, even when you don't like each other, because, that's what you do as a deckhand. Sometimes it works really well, and you feel close to the person that you work with on deck. You feel closest to the person you work with. Sometimes it works really well, and you feel close to the person you work with on deck, the closest you've felt with someone in life, at least for a while. Sometimes the big plans for a great season end up a broker. Sometimes you don't know why you're there. Sometimes it's the biggest run in history. Then you remember. Sometimes It's the greatest place to be. Let's try this loose. Well, I worked with Pete on his boat with cousins, well, it would have been like my cousin, and nephews and nieces. His one daughter was on 10 years, the other one's been on a few. Nate was on the nephew was on for 17 years. Diane worked in Antarctica on a research vessel in the winter. His nephew Nate was gonna have a baby, and he was gonna go do that next season, be a dad. And this is more family than crew. It's not just fishing that brought me there, or the checks that were more than fair. They were my forever fellow crew. We knew each other's thoughts, hardly had the talk. People in my life, that's the glue. Cat mended with quick hands. Diane's biscuits were so grand, and I'll sure miss her laughter too. The gear was always great, thanks to the deck boss being Nate, and his singing really cleared out the blues. They were my brothers, they were my sisters, more family than crew. They've moved on now, that era is gone now. I'm left alone on the deck with the blues. We had lots of giant hauls, fish were wall to wall, had our share of small ones too. You did your job so well, even when the seas were hell. I always knew I could count on you. They were my brothers, they were my sisters, more family than crew. They've moved on now, that era is gone now. I'm left alone on the deck with the blues. Antarctica calls Diane there, though we are still finding her hair. Cat's cooking on dry land for a different crew. Josh was a deck ninja with no fuss, but a move he had to bust. He's now a captain with his own crew. Where'd you go, Nate? Nate, hold your newborn son in your arms, away from all this harm. That's the place that you should be, to be moved by his love that comes from above, not from the fury of the sea. They were my brothers, they were my sisters, more family than crew. They've moved on now, that era is gone now. I'm left alone on the deck with the blues. There'll be other crewmen there, and they'll haul the gear pretty fair, but they can't be as good as all of you. What we had was rare. It was special. What we had was rare. You were deck mates extraordinaire. It won't be the same without you. They were my brothers, they were my sisters, more family than crew. They've moved on now, that era is gone now. I'm left alone on the deck with the blues. They've moved on now. That era is gone now. I'm left alone on the deck with the blues. Thank you. It's a joy to have you here with me.
That was Cary Jones. Thank you for bringing that. Love that whale. And next up, we have the Beerman String Band. And so you got your whole crew here? Beerman Creek. Yes. Beerman Creek String Band. Okay. Good. Yeah. So this Beerman Creek from Seaside. Tell me about the band.
Yes. Well, for many years, here. Got me here. Yeah. No, he's got me.
Yeah.
Thanks to Nick for doing the sound up there, by the way.
Yeah, you bet. Did a great job.
Nick is doing a great job, yeah. Well, the band started back in the 70s with Knox Swanson here, the guitar player, just coming on stage. He lives on Beerman Creek still to this day.
Good. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing. Thanks for coming.
David Crabtree on fiddle and banjo. He fished a lot out of here, Garibaldi, and up in Alaska, did midwater trawling, but also did the shrimp fishery out of Garibaldi. And Joseph Stevenson has done some tuna fishing out of here on a wooden boat. Where was that actually, Joseph?
Far out, it didn't matter.
Far out, it was so far out, it didn't matter. I fished out of here doing some of the most terrible fishing, which is the bottom dragging. That was my first in my career. I also salmon trolled out of here and up in Sitka.
Okay.
And now I count fish for a living. For Noah, we're counting the fish here in the river.
It's got to go way up high. You were making it.
Yeah. Where do you want to be in the center? Yeah, so I can look across.
Yeah. Thanks for all being patient with us as we try to get organized.
Here we go.
I'm not even sure how we got here. I'm not sure if we actually play fishing songs per se, but we do play some songs that involve water and boats and things like that, so I guess we get a pass.
Thanks, Nick.
This mandolin was made by a friend of mine. He salvaged some dockwood up there in Tacoma. It's made out of Alaska yellow cedar. It's a super old wood. Well, thank you, Joseph. We're going to play, the first tune is The Hawks and the Eagles.
How's that going, man?
You ready? down south, see the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread, make those seagulls fly. I'm going down south, see the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread, make those seagulls fly. I'm going down south, see the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread, make those seagulls fly. I'm going down south, see the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread, make those seagulls fly. South to the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread, make those seagulls fly. Going down south to the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread, make those seagulls fly. I'm going down south to the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread, make those seagulls fly. I'm going down south to the hawks and eagles. Throw a little bread. Make them seagulls fly.
Yeah, it's not on.
Oh, can you hear the bass?
No. No.
They can hear the bass. Do you need more? Well, because the speakers are facing that way. Stand closer to the speakers? I don't know, that would be weird. This next tune,
Eat the mic.
Knox is going to sing us a song about waves on the sea.
Our next number, yeah, Waves on the Sea, and it tells a story of...
Gotta get next to that mic,
I guess I got it close to this mic, all right. Anyway, it's talks about sinking ships and infidelity and child abuse and all kinds of things. Okay, so a 5 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. Start me out there.
Yeah, the way.
Well, it's 9 times around, said the captain of the ship. It's 9 times around, said he. It's 9 times around, we are sinking in the deep, while the landlord lies streaming down below. Oh, the waves on the sea, how they roll, and the cold, chilly winds, how they blow. While tonight us poor sailors are singing in the deep, while the landlord lies streaming down below. Well, first on the deck was the captain of the ship. A fine-looking fellow was he. He has a wife in old New Mexico, and tonight he is looking for she. Oh, the waves on the sea, how they roll, and that cold, chilly winds, how they blow. While tonight poor sailors are singing in the deep, while the landlord lies sleeping down below. Play it a while. Well, next on the deck was the lady of the ship.
sailors are singing in the deep, while landlord lies dreaming down lane.
Oh, yeah. We're going to play for, just a little bit longer. I'm just going to lower this a little bit. Here's an old Celtic tune here about the maid on the shore. And then we're going to go into more of a modern old-time song called the Galley Gal. Young maiden who lived all alone. She lives all alone on the shore. There's nothing she can find to comfort her mind but to roam all alone on the shore, shore, shore. She roams all alone on the shore. There was a brave captain who sailed the South Sea. Let the wind captain did cry. If I don't have a maid on the shore, shore, shore. I don't have a maid on the shore. But I have lots of silver, I have lots of gold, I have lots of costly wares. I'll divide with my jolly ship's crew. If I don't have a maid on the shore, shore, shore. If I don't have a maid on the shore. With much persuasion they brought her aboard. Let the winds blow high, blow low. And they stuck her away in the cabin below. Here's a due to all sorrow and care, care, care. Yes, a due to all sorrow and care. But she robbed him of silver, she robbed him of gold, she robbed him of costly wares. Then she took his broad sword instead of an oar, and she paddled her way to the shore, shore, shore. She paddled her way to the shore. Me men must be crazy, me men must be mad, me men must be deep in despair. For the maiden made away from a cabin so gay, and I don't have a maid on the shore, shore, shore. I don't have a maid on the shore. There is a young maiden who lives all alone. She lives all alone on the shore. There's nothing she can find to comfort her mind but to roam all alone on the shore, shore, shore. She roams all alone on the shore.
Knox. We're going to play till 10:30. We've already worked it out with the, and if until everybody leaves, or 10:30, whatever comes first. So Knox is going to sing this little song about holding the woodpile down. That's what happens when your better half or your other half or goes fishing. Somebody's got to hold the woodpile down at home because.
You know, I think the song's actually about moonshine.
Moonshine? Well, there's that too.
We're not
what do you
sure.
hide in your woodpile anyway?
Well, that's the thing. We're not sure if the woodpile is supposed to be hiding some of the product or if it's actually being used as fuel to make the product. So it's sort of unknown.
See, are we in A?
We're in A.
Hey.
It's out of my category.
Oh, yeah?
Great.
We started out?
Yeah. Well, I saw my love the other night. Hold the woodpile down. Everything's wrong and nothing's right. Hold the woodpile down. I gave her a little kiss just to make her happy. Hold the woodpile down. I gave her a little love like it didn't come her pappy. Hold the woodpile down. Traveling, traveling. Long as the world goes round. Backyard shine on the Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down. I love my wife and I love my baby. Hold the woodpile down. Love them biscuits sopped in gravy. Hold the woodpile down. I roll my dice and shoot my passes. Hold the woodpile down. Love them soft jacks like with molasses. Hold the woodpile down. We're traveling, traveling. Long as the world goes round. Backyard shine on the Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down. Oh, yeah. I went to town the other night. Hold the woodpile down. Heard a little noise and saw a little fight. Hold the woodpile down. Police come running, jumping all around. Hold the woodpile down. Moonshine coming into town. Hold the woodpile down. We were traveling, traveling. Long as the world goes round. Backyard shine on the Georgia line. Hold the woodpile down. I went to the packing house and hold the ham. Hold the woodpile down. People don't know how bad I am. Hold the woodpile down. I went on home and I put it on the shelf. Hold the
Okay.
Well, the story on that mandolin, I was working up in Alaska fishing out of Sitka, and I finally was making enough money. So I sent some money out of Sitka to start paying for that mandolin, and then Crabbo at the same time, he was working up in the Bering Sea, and he, exact same time, in the same season, he sent money to have that guitar made that Ken White made, and they were both made in the same building at the same time, but we didn't know because we both lived at the same. Our homestead was here in Astoria, and we subletted, our place out. It was a little old farmhouse that John England, has England Marine. He was our landlord, and some of the people that we sublet, they grew some pot there, you see, and John didn't really like that, so that kind of blew it for us, didn't it?
That was it.
We were just trying to
smoke it all in a hurry.
So we're going to play this old tune,
Number 9.
number 9.
Number 9.
I think it might have been about a railroad train, but. And then right into this other waterbound song. We've got a couple more we want to share with you. This next one is a little tune about Clatsop County getting caught down here in the water. No way of knowing. And then the next tune after that, we're going to do this little tune about Westport, the Westport Gals, which became famous here on the radio. You might, if you listen to the AM radio, we did this ad for the Fort George Brewery that has this tune. Well, so simple.
We're all the same anyways.
It's all about beer.
Yes. Once you had enough beer, you can't tell the difference.
I'm waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Way down. Chicken crow from an old pine tree. Chicken crow from an old pine tree. Chicken crow from an old pine tree way down in Clatsop County. I'm waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Way down in Clatsop County. My boat's upriver and I can't get down. Boat's upriver and I can't get down. Boat's upriver and I can't get down. I'll have to wait till morning. I'm waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. I'm out in Clatsop County. Where am I? The old man's mad and I don't care. Old man's mad and I don't care. The old man's mad and I don't care. As long as I get his daughter. Don't give her up, I'm gonna run away. Don't give her up, I'm gonna run away. Don't give her up, I'm gonna run away down to Clatsop County. Well, Nick and Charlie left to go home. Nick and Charlie left to go home. Nick and Charlie left to go home before that water rises. Waterbound, I can't get home. Waterbound, I can't get home. Waterbound, I can't get home. Way down in Clatsop County. Oh, I got a gal with a one on her chin, her eyes bug out and her toes point in. Pretty good gal for the shape season. I hope she comes out tonight. Give you $5 if you come out tonight. Give you $5 if you come out tonight. Give you $5 if you come out tonight. Dance by the light of the moon. I'm waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Way down in Clatsop County. I'm waterbound. Waterbound. Waterbound and I can't get home. Way down in Clatsop County. Let me get Crabbo to get his fiddle out. I think we're going to play some double fiddles here on these fiddle tunes. We used to play a lot down at Bill's Tavern in Cannon Beach back in the old days. Before it turned into Williams Tavern, right? And the Columbia Tavern too. That was before. Where the old Finnish Hall is right now in Astoria, right down below. It was a great little tavern we used to play at. They used to dance on the bar. At least Roger McKay did.
Yeah.
Give us some taters there.
Let's go get some West Fork gal. Beer, 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 beer. Let's go get some West Fork gal. Down through the underbrush, down through the porky bush, see how they run, see how they run. In between kissing, we'll do a little fishing. Down by the river, we'll have a little fun. Beer, 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 beer. Let's go get some West Fork gal. Beer, 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 beer. Let's go get some West Fork gal. Spill the pot of beans on my new blue jeans, and the whiskey jug's full. In between kissing, we'll do a little fishing. Down by the river's I will have a little fun. Beer, 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 beer. Let's go get some West Fork gal. Beer, 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 beer. Let's go get some West Fork gal.
Beer, beer, no beer.
Well, we could end it right here. I think maybe people are trying to get out of here, but when we first started doing the Fisher Poets, we used to finish up at the Wet Dog and play for an hour or so, but I guess now they got us doing this a lot, which is great. It's really great to hear some of the poetry and the acts. You want to hear a song about a whale that got away? Yeah, Ray wants to hear that. And then we'll play one more fast fiddle tune.
Mason's Apron.
The Mason's Apron? Would you rather do that one first, or
No.
do this one? Okay, this is one I learned in Maine when I was back in Maine there.
Maniac.
Was in 1853, on June the 13th day, our gallant ship, she anchored away, for Greenland sailed away, brave boys, for Greenland sailed away. Now Betts, he was our captain's name, on the ship called the Lion so bold, and our poor souls we anchored away, to face the storms and cold, brave boys, to face the storms and cold. The lookout on the cross tree stood, with a spyglass in his hand. There's a whale, there's a whale, there's a whale, fish, he cried. She blows out every span, brave boys, she blows out every span. So the captain stood on the quarter deck, and a fine little fellow was he. Overhaul, let your davit tackle fall, lower your boats to the sea, brave boys,
Let's get that well. We struck that whale, the line paid out. The whale made a blunder with her tail. The boat capsized and 4 men were drowned. We never got that whale, brave boys. We never got that whale. To lose that whale, the captain said, it grieves my heartful soul. But to lose 4 of my gallant crew, it grieves me 10 times more. It grieves me 10 times more. Oh, Greenland is a dreadful place where the land is never green, where there's ice and snow and the whale fishes blow, and daylight seldom seen, brave boys, and daylight seldom seen. We'll do one more.
The bosun's apron.
See you next year, yeah.
Well, it's good night, Joe. Guess we've had us a time. Wore a hole through them cards and you took my last dime. But you ain't beat me yet. You've had plenty of time. Ain't there nothing two old fools can't do? Better get on your way. There's a breeze blowing easterly. You're a slowpoke and it's no joke. You ain't what you used to be. Those clouds on the moon make it harder than hell to see, and you know it's a long way to go. then it's good night, Joe. Don't forget to put plenty of coal